Hi, welcome to the Pepperjack Hawk studio. I am Pepperjack Hawk, and this is my studio. Well, I'm moving, but let's see. I've got some books to look over today. First one is The Blackguard by A.J. Smith. I just finished this last week. Anyway, it's medieval warfare, and it's amazing. Giants, knights, just battle after battle. Let me just read the snippet at the back, but I'm on the second book, and there's 4, and it's epic. The city of Roe, Carnan burns by royal decree. Its noble lion is named Blackguard, and struck from the past and future histories throughout the land of Roe. For the Red Army is on the march. Those who oppose it advance risk in the bloody. Those who oppose its advance risk the bloody fate of the House Carnan. And strange accidents befall those who dare to question the king's new advisors, the Seven Sisters. And it called from the long ago of deep times, the children of a dead god are the walking or waking with a pitiless cry. All that was dead will rise, all that now lives will fall. Siege catapults, there's battles, there's long swords, there's just epic fights in this book, like men of honor, men without honor. I mean, medieval times. Fake fantasy world, though. Speaking of fantasy world, we got Plotting Your Fantasy Novel by Jed Hearn. And this is going to help me write some books. That is why we got it. We got another book here, Curse of the Mistwraith by Janny Words. This one I'm excited about. Heard lots about it. It took me 2 times to order it, so it better be worth it. Someone call it Raymond Feist. Astonishing, original, and compelling. Rival brothers must unite if their world is to survive. It began with a mistwraith, and that smothered all the worlds in fog and dampness, and followed with a war that upended order and overthrew the rule of the High Kings. And after 5 long centuries, the only power that can challenge the Mistwraith stranglehold in split between 2 princes. Arathon, master of the shadows, able to weave darkness in his oil, and Lysair, lord of light, a sworn to justice driven apart by distrust, opposing convictions. The half-brothers must master their inborn enmity and meld their powers into an unified force. Should they fail, the Mistwraith shall ensnare them in strife and bloodshed for its own. No single character will emerge unchanged. Huh. That sounds pretty good. It's a chonker. It's, I think, over 700 pages. We'll have to see. What is this? I found a note in here. Or is it someone's bookmark? That actually might be more likely. It's just a piece of paper, someone's bookmark. Okay, next 2. I've got the 3rd one coming. But let's look. We got Philip Quantrell's Court of Assassin and Blood and Coin, the Ranger Archives. Now, we're probably only going to talk about the first one, because no spoilers right now. I don't think that's fair to anyone. Oh, this sounds good too, though. Myth, legend, nightfall, all has long been rumored to be nothing more than whispers on the breeze, if only it were so. Let's see. In those halls of darkness, where children are taken from their world and given to the shadows and dust, Asher is destined for that same fate. He will become the myth. He'll become the legend. He will become the whisper of death itself. That which he was dead. That which he was in is dead, forgotten. Now he is a blade in the dark, a weapon to be wielded by his masters, a killer, yet Despite all his training and years of spilling blood, there is a crack in Asher's conditioning. Something within him is broken, unbound even. A sliver of humanity has survived the dreams of freedom, now standing on knife's edge. His mind threatens to unravel, taking him from the only path he has ever known, and away from the clutches of nightfall. It has never been done. Exile is not a choice, it is a death sentence. But there is another life that calls to him, a life roaming the wilds, protecting the innocents from the monster which would prey upon them, hunting monsters, however. No easy task, especially when Asher himself is hunted by those who drag him back to nightfall, back to darkness. This sounds crazy. Like, this guy has written a lot of stuff, and I'm finally going to get into them. I mean, I think this is like 3 or 4 series. This one, I saw someone to read this first. So we're going to start with the one that has 3. I think another one has 10 or more. It's going to be great. Let's see. Next thing I've gotten into some YA. I mean, why not? It's about Greeks and goddesses and stuff. So I have Nancy Farmer's The Sea of Trolls. And then this one, The Land of the Silver Apples, which is the second one. I think there's 4. I'm going to look into it one day, though. But let's see. Well, it's for fans of Lord of the Rings. Definitely me. Jack was 11 when the berserkers loomed out of the fog and nabbed him. Seeing that things are stirring again across the water, the bard had warned. Ships are being built, swords are being forged. Is that bad? Jack had asked, for his Saxon village had never before seen berserkers. Of course, people don't make ships and swords unless they intend to use them. The year is AD 793. In the next 3 months, Jack and his little sister Lucy are enslaved by Olaf Onebrow and his fierce young shipmates, Thorgil. With a crow named Boldheart for mystery company, they are swept up into the adventurous quest in the spirit of Lord of the Rings. It's award-winning. I mean, I don't know. Who am I to discriminate with YA, right? That's one stack. Thing is, that is one stack. Obviously, I told you I'm in the middle of the first one we looked at, like the second book. But we've got a couple others. So this one's called We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. And I've seen a lot of BookTube talk about it. It looks freaking good. Like The Last War, Book 1. The war is over. The enemy won. Jaya's people learned the hard way that there are no second chances. The Grill, their ancient enemy, struck with magic so devastating that Jaya's armies were wiped out. Now terror reigns in the street, and friends turn on friends just to live another day. Somehow, Tinstra, a deserter, a failure, nothing but a coward, survived. She wants no more than to hide from the chaos, but dragged into a desperate plot to retake Ja, surrounded by people willing to do anything to win the fight. This time, Tinstra will need to more than hide. If Ja is to get a second chance after all, this time she'll need to be a hero. And this sounds good. I mean, someone said it was Tarantino crossed with David Gemmell. The first book in The Last War. It's a debut series by him. We'll get more later. You never know. The next one, I think this guy's from Utah. It's called Depths of Vanlulf by Brady Hunsaker. Grimnir Chronicles. Now if we look, well, he's born in the Rocky Mountains. So maybe it's Utah, maybe it's not. I'm in Utah, but whatever, right? So let's read this one. Magic is earned by venturing through the depths of Vanlulf, a dangerous cave filled with monsters, and depending on how people survive, they emerge with different powers. There's a concept for you. As initiative, Halleck is determined to go through Vanlif despite the dangers, hoping that the magic will help him locate his lost father. But when monsters start showing up on their island, the entire nation is on high alert. This could only mean one thing. The shield that has been protecting them from the fallen world is failing, and it's only a matter of time before it breaks completely. Halleck pairs up with 3 others, hoping they can find a way to restore the shield, but their path must first take them through the depths of Vanlif. That sounding like Sword Art Online, Dungeon Crawl Carl. I mean, there's things in there like things that really sound good. There's a couple more here. I think 3. We'll start with The Gift of the Shaper by D.L. Jennings. I think he's on YouTube too. Armies will clash, and even gods will die. For thousands of years, the Breakers of Dawn have been locked away in the ethereal plane of the other world. Now a young blacksmith apprentice finds himself trapped in a war between the noble Athrani and a subset of humanity gifted with the abilities to transmute manners and malevolent, and powerful Kith, who seek to free the ancient god from his prison. When his father Olson is kidnapped, Thornton Woods and his childhood friends Miria must leave their small village of Highglade to find him. On their way, they are joined by Yunara and Kethras, cat-like humanoids called Kirinari. Cat-like humanoids. I have cats. There's one right there. And here's the other one. She's up high in the sky. But anyway, we use their skills to hunt as hunters, trackers, to follow Olson's trail. When it comes to the light that one among them possesses, the key is the Breaker's release. Key to the Breaker's release. Thornton and his friend must defy the might of Kith, as the armies on both sides collide in pursuit of the ultimate prize. Gift of the Shaper chronicles the epic struggle between the existing forces of good and evil, with both sides vying for control of the key that unlocks the other world. The very power of creation, destruction hangs in the balance. Only a heroic effort by Thornton and Mira, backed by the power of Athrani, can possibly stop the Keith from unleashing ruin and Breaker upon the world. This guy is in the Air Force, the author. Another one we got here, Price of Fear. I think this was recommended by an author, the one Price of Power, Michael Mitchell or something. Michael Mitchell, yeah, that's it. I read his first book too, and we'll talk about it at a later date. But this is book 1 in the Wretched Trilogy by Miles Leon. For godless like Azirael, the wretched piece might be most profitable time, but it's no less bloody. A decade into the armistice with Ineth, the North, once united against invasion, find itself a divided kingdom. Azrael, an infamous mage of the northern military, operates in his native land as a contract killer, employed to hunt traitors by a king who is squabbling against his would-be usurpers. But when the completion of the latest bounty unveils a foreign plot to dethrone the North altogether, Azrael is the only one who can cross the border and respond in kind, or he would have been killed until betrayal at the final moment results in his killing of the wrong man and captured by those that he spent half his life fighting. Now in prison and awaiting his execution for the murder of a Inathian crown prince, Azrael finds himself across the interrogation table from Anamara Lestrade, a career criminal investigator. Anna is tasked with extracting the truth behind the assassination or dying in failure. linking the two through one last story that could stab off both their gruesome ends. Possessed a few friends, countless enemies, magic blades that feast on his emotion, and hunting rumors of how he won his name. Azrael the Wretched narrative pits him against traitorous conspiracy, brutal magical feuds, broken promises of love, and if there's any hope in making it out alive at the end, he'll need to conquer the price it cost him to paint the tale red. Fear. Now that is pretty good too. We might have saved the best for last, who knows? This is The Blood of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. The first one, The Bound and the Broken. And it's I think it's a first edition of this kind, the broken binding. But it's signed. I got it signed. But anyway, he is from New Zealand. I don't know. He's from Ireland, but he's been to New Zealand. But anyway, born in the fire, tempered in blood. Etheria in the land is a land divided by war and mistrust. The High Lords of the South, squabbling and fight, only to keep kept in check by the Dragon Guard, traitor of the time, a time long past, who served the Empire of the North. In the remote village of southern Ephira, still reeling from the tragic loss of his brother, Kalen Briars prepares for the proving, a test of courage and skill, that not all survive. But when three strangers arrive in the village of Milltown with a secret they are willing to die for, Kalen's world is ripped from under him and he is thrust headfirst into a war that has been raging for centuries. There is no prophecy. His coming was not foretold. He bleeds like any man, and bleed he will. This, I've tried to read before, audio, but I wanted the book, and I want to read it. Like, oh, it sounds good. So, I mean, even Mike Shackle, John Gwynn, Library of the Viking, there's people on the back of this book endorsing it heavily. It is fantasy at its finest. Well, anyway, what do you think? What are some books? Do you like the ones I've gotten? This is one of many will be moving, so there'll be a book haul as I load them on the shelf, maybe? We'll have to see, but I'm having fun just reading and, reading the back of these, sharing with you. There's books to be had. This world is full of them. And I think all these are known authors. Cahill and Janny Wards and Jed Hearn might be the known ones in this group. But this series, Blackguard, I found one or two videos mentioning them on YouTube. And I'm just surprised. Medieval warfare, Game of Thrones, but maybe not as dark, but it is dark. So, it's good stuff, though. Well, thanks for tuning in as we try something new. Don't worry, football content ain't going anywhere. Just being me and sharing my passion with you, which is books and football. So, have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you when we see you.